so excited.
Yeah, apparently I'm doing it 2 hours presentation. I could do that. We should do it on
Oh, yeah.
We should do it on like.
So let's go up.
Let's go. Like the Mario.
Okay, how are you?
I'm like
Good.
Office edition. That's really funny.
Yes. Probably a lot nicer to be in Vermont than DC.
11th floor, not.
No, you're right. I'm going to send this one to you before that.
We do what we call punch, right? Which is everything is done, you're just going back, you're going down and you're checking everything and just making sure 24 occupancy. So I'm going to show you one that overlooks the
What's
city.
this floor gonna be?
This is all apartments.
So how big are the apartments?
They all average 1,000. Some of them are 300. Oh, you do, yeah. That's a nice building too. A little aging, but yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to go ahead outside.
Yeah, let's go take a look. Give me my,
Okay, excellent.
I'll take my hat out there. Yeah, let's go out here.
Quite a sight up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is this a balcony for all of our?
This is, each one of the 11th floor facing west has a balcony. Two of them are rented for the older guys.
You can. That's fun. Take a picture of it. It's pretty.
They start at a little over 2
Yeah.
and they go up.
So how big is it? Is that a bed?
Yeah, I'm going to go down the other end. I'd rather not walk on the balcony.
Yeah,
just
okay.
for safety.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you still see the green mountains?
Very cloudy day, but yes.
Yeah.
And if you come up here at night,
Yeah.
it really is amazing to see the city. The lights, it's just crazy. As cool as this is, night is even better.
Oh, you can see the tree being lit. Oh, yeah. Just barely.
Oh, they're over there, the Christmas tree, yeah. They're putting it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I do.
Christmas tree, Church Street, Christmas tree.
Let's go look at the west side. You're very welcome. So it's a punch list.
Yeah.
You know, so like for example, we're still working on the mechanical commissioning back. So what you do, the system is, everybody says, it's done, and then we send a different crew in to do construction punch, and usually it comes in with flashlights, looking for defects, testing everything, and we call that our punch list. And then we go through and we punch it out.
Can you see the north side
Yeah.
from the other end? I'm not sure what the...
Now, where were you before you're doing this?
So I have been in hotels for about 15 years. I was at the Residence Inn over in Colchester. And Geary Hotels, who owns and manages this property, also owns that
So
now.
here you're going to look at the north tower.
Wow. Cool to be able to see the
Now, what's going to be here?
So there's 300 plus housing units.
300 plus.
300 plus. From market rate to inclusionary. And then in this wing here, the first 3 floors are going to be about 100 bedrooms. student housing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the first floor is all retail, just like this, right?
300 units here?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And then that wing over there, there's another hotel. So we go hotel and then all residential.
So how many additional hotel rooms have you guys provided?
There's this one, 160.
161, and then the new building will be 151.
That's a lot of added capacity, isn't it?
Yes. But
So you
Burlington-
think the demand is there?
It is certainly, definitely in the downtown dynamic. It's, having the downtown hotels is what brings the business to Burlington.
Yeah,
You know, people want to be able to park and
right.
do all the shopping and eating and attractions.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's terrific.
And right in the middle of it all, under that, is 400 spaces, parking spaces.
So you want
There's 3 levels
Now.
of parking. So
easy.
hopefully that'll solve some of the parking.
I have a photo that I took here on April 1st, and there's none of this. None of the seals there, nothing. So amazing.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can see some of it from our office, and it kind of looks like teeny little people like
Yep.
on top.
Just like running all over the place, yeah.
How different is it to manage
Like you.
a facility that is not just a hotel, but it's also apartments?
It has been,
You gotta do it.
it has been a learning curve. We are still kind of working out how we all work together. You know, SD Ireland takes care of the apartments. And we're lucky enough to still have all of our construction team on site. So any you know, maintenance issues for the hotel side at least, they're taking care of those. But it's definitely, it's coming together. We're all working together trying to, you know, figure out what
I
that
was
looks like.
looking at all these machines.
Have you
Yeah, it is.
worked with other communities that have,
Yeah,
you
it really
know,
is.
hotel, apartment type of complexes?
I have not, no, and I'm not aware of those in Burlington or in Vermont necessarily.
I was asking her
Yeah.
how different it is and, you know, what it's like to manage not just a hotel, but a facility that also has
Oh,
apartments
right.
in it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's been a great partnership with, you know, SD Ireland Properties. They take good care of us and we try to make it work. And it'll,
Patrick, how unique is this idea of the hotel and apartments?
I think it's probably the only facility in Vermont, but certainly you go to the other larger municipalities, you see it all the time. So, you know, I think it may take a little getting used to it from the maintenance and the management standpoint, but I think from the guest or the resident's perspective, it'll just be seamless. So,
yeah, they don't seem to notice.
yeah.
Or,
All
and I
right.
think your residents like having the restaurants.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it's funny, we actually have to.
Yeah,
And the reason is because we have to heat the deck below.
I see.
So when the concrete gets poured, that's heated.
That's heated.
Right. And then what
So
we'll
you can
do.
pour concrete in
Well,
below freezing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it needs weather protection. But yeah, we will pour 360 days a year, excluding holidays.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's new, isn't it? I mean, that,
I
when you
think
started
it's,
it
I
out.
think it's new, I don't think it's new, but I think, some of the methods probably
Yeah.
have been revised,
Uh-huh.
you know, to make it sort of an art.
Yeah.
But certainly,
Larger
yeah.
So what about labor? Is that?
Labor's been really hard. If there's been 2 things that have slowed us down, it's of course labor supply, and then the nuances with the tariffs. You know, both from a cost standpoint, but also getting the materials
So
was a
just the
challenge. And so
supply
that
chain.
slowed down
Yeah.
the opening of this building probably easily 2 months. You know, just
That's a
because
lot of
the-
money.
Yeah, because of the supply chain, and, you know, laborers, we're advertising all the time, and we have been somewhat successful. I think we've seen an uptick in applications in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And that is refreshing. But, you know, it's hard because a lot of them need housing. And there's no place to come rent in
So
Burlington.
how does that work out for them? Because that is a,
Well, it's a bear because, and it's expensive, so if they come, and they find something that they can afford, usually they have to wait several months because it's already taken,
yeah.
right? Some of them, I mean, there's really not a corner of Vermont I don't think we can go to that doesn't have a health insurance. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you go to
Right.
Johnson or you go down to Rutland. I mean, everybody's facing the same problem.
Right.
And unfortunately, because of the high cost of construction, everybody's stuck.
That is really a big, that's a crisis. We are building nationally a lot less housing than we did.
Oh, I would assume, yeah, I think part of the problem we're gonna see is just less people getting into the business because it's so difficult. Right?
Barriers.
The barriers to entry because it costs so much to entitle land and go get your permits. And we see it in Vermont. I mean, in Vermont, there's, I can count them on one hand, the for-profit builders. And 6 or 7 of them are going to be retired in the next 4 or 5 years. So that's going to be a problem. Yeah.
What's this building out here?
This is 100 Bank right here. This is 100 Bank
Yeah.
Street, and let's go over this side. Patty's Closet.
Center of Layton.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So that's all rentals here.
That is all rentals, yeah.
And that's working out well.
Yeah, his occupancy is still sky high, just like most people's. But it's great. You can see the GE blew up down there. Train station to get a perspective of the contact site. I think, well, you look at old pictures, and this of course is all just right all the way down there. Yep, Champlain.
So are each of the doorways different apartments?
Yes. Yeah, some of them may have 2. I think there's 6 total. Yep.
So these are for rent or for sale?
No, we don't, we have, in Burlington, we have an inclusionary ordinance.
Yeah.
And it makes it really hard because, something costs you
If there was one.
$500 to square foot. To meet the ordinance as a self. So what you do is you rent it, and if you rent 20 or 30 years down the road, that unit will stay. And you have a profit.
Well, how do you make a living?
Wall it out. That's the way the private is. Because we don't need anybody else. It's the way the private guys do it. Not a lot of private guys will do it. Instead, they use a portion of the private cost to the property. So we just
And the extended stay.
Correct, yes.
So how would you describe the business model differences?
A lot of, the Monday, Tuesday, business transient, corporate travelers, if they're coming to Burlington, they want to stay in Burlington. vehicles and they want to get the full Burlington experience. Whereas, you know, in Colchester or even in the outskirts, you're just like, you know, those are people that have probably been here 100 times or they're traveling on a very regular basis. So this is definitely more leisure, corporate.
Now, what's this here? Mechanical?
That is
Yeah,
a,
you see the picture.
That's mechanical, electrical.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still more stuff to go in because there's a, we're putting an antenna system on the roof for the fire department. So this room will be pretty much full by the time we're done.
Wow, pretty good.
excellent.
All right, I've got to talk to some of my guys. It was a pleasure to see you.
It's
My
really,
gosh,
really
yeah.
cool to
Yes,
see you. I
yeah.
gotta say, I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
I'll
really
spread the
nice.
word, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you
just,
so much.
you know, I'm here seeing the end product with all this turmoil. It went on for years,
Yeah,
and you guys got it done.
yes,
Local boys make good. Boys and girls.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
make good.
So the hotel is in operation with guests. When do people start moving into
People
the
are already
apartments?
moved in on the floors below us, are already moved in. They'll be moving in here in about a month. Yeah, and then we'll be done and set our sights on that little building next door.
And how many floors have apartments?
Let me see, 1, 2, 4,
Including this one?
yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, you got my number.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Hotels in 10 years, and I would assume that Mr. Marriott said he knows what he's doing. We should get him in our portfolio. So there are just over 200 AC hotels worldwide now. 200. You can get a nice little view again of the backside. None of these doors on the backside open yet. Once construction is completed, they will.
Yeah. It's still nice to have the balcony though.
The first time I came in this building was April 1st, and there was, the only thing that was over there was the concrete, the elevator shafts. So all of the steel and everything has gone up since then.
That's amazing.
It's in a bed, I mean,
Wow.
every day I'm just shocked at how quickly it's
Going up.
they're doing such a great job. And I'm told they're, you know, they're like getting ready for flex space, so they can go out on the balcony, and that connects right into the lounge on the other side. So when we did our grand opening event last week, we had it kind of flowed through, which was great.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, so we're still kind of learning what it's capable of and how we.
Oh, I see the flow right through it. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So.
This is a nice design.
Exactly, yeah, so depending on time of year, you know, we will likely get some patio heaters out there, so there's, you know, winter, still, but the other, we didn't quite see the lounge when we were in there before, we can just walk around, there's some really great seating, and when the sun is out, it's so.
Yeah, I actually did walk in there.
Oh, you did? Yes, exactly,
Yeah, I
yes.
walked in there.
Yep.
That was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. And the natural light in here is a huge draw. You know, nobody wants to sit in a conference room where you can't see.
on it, so.
Had to take a picture. Had to. My store says.
It is full of oddities and curiosities.
Yeah. How's it going?
And members of the
Miles.
media.
Nice to meet you.
Well, thanks for coming by, making us part of your trip. We're doing our best. You guys met, right?
We did, yes.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to keep going. It's been a crazy few years.
They brought us up on the wheel.
Name tag. OG name tag.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
COVID was the
also
best
like a
thing
polo
that
set.
happened to us for a while, but the over inventory that followed was tough. You know,
But
pandemic, so outdoor industry did well, but then everybody overproduced and the demand and supply ratios switched for a few years. So we're starting to see that turn around.
You are.
Yeah, we're also starting to see Burlington turn around. It's been great for the last few months. Chief Burke's done a great job.
You know, we just came from the police station and had a really good visit with him, but that is such a hard job.
It's a tough job,
It's
but he
hard,
appreciates
and
that
he
it's
does.
rewarding, and it's a good job.
does.
And that
He's
comes
doing
down
good work.
through his team, so they're all in a great mood. They're doing their jobs well, and they're here to help us.
So is the retail theft diminished a lot? Or?
Feels like it's a little bit down. It's hard
Yeah.
to know exactly. So much of it goes out the door without us noticing until later when we
Yeah.
find a tag. But it certainly feels as though we've got less really troubled people coming in and causing problems.
Right. Well, that's so essential. You know, we just came from the hotel too, and that's getting started. It's really kind of a lot of hopeful signs.
Yeah, no, Burlington is coming back up, and seeing Main Street open, and it's going to be open for the tree lighting on Friday, which is
Yeah.
great kickoff to the season. But also just seeing the Vermont State Police around is also really helpful. So it's been a good collaboration. I think Emma and Phil got together and kind of worked some things out, and we're looking forward to seeing the results of that 14-point plan really kicking in.
That's
So
great.
it feels good.
Yeah.
How important will this holiday season be, especially after all the construction and the issues that you've seen?
I think it's pretty critical. I think there are a lot of businesses on Church Street that need to see the business this holiday season return to what it was, or potentially start questioning their ability to stay downtown. It's been tough, but as the senator said, with the hotel opening up and that building leasing spaces, new housing down on South Winooski and Main Street, I think there's a lot of hope and a lot of positive direction, and this winter's a great time for us to sort of regroup and get ready for the busy summer. Hopefully, it won't be 3 years before we start seeing the Canadians come back, but we're hearing more French spoken around, and I think the general consensus is that we're seeing it going in the right direction. But we do miss our Canadian friends.
Did changing it to Canada Street make a difference?
I'm gonna go with no comment.
What's your name again, by the way?
Mark Sherman, M-A-R-C-S-H-E-R-M-A-N.
30 years of business here.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Started, yeah.
Dedicated to
Peter's been
the,
visiting us for years and bumping into him around at a lot of different town halls, and always appreciate your voice and ear. And
Yeah.
I know that we've got, I'd love to bring you guys down and see the consignment
No, I'd
area
like to
as
see
well.
that, yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah. It's been doing so well. We've seen over the last few years, oh, yeah, let's go over here. Yeah, people bring it in, we help them price it. And as soon as it sells, you get 60% of the selling price applied to your storage.
I think I will wait up here.
Yeah, no problem.
My knees will not,
Yeah, no problem.
no. My knees looked at the stairs and went, nope.
And it's one of the most well-shopped areas in the store.
Do you want me to ask anything specific for you?
Commitment to service. And that's the culture, you know, and that's where you're so responsible. You create that culture, and it reinforces itself. It's not like there's a personnel handbook that people have to check, do I do this or that? It's like, right.
So Peter, part of the reason for you to do the tour on Church Street is to promote Small Business Saturday. How essential is that, particularly in the wake of federal tariffs and the federal economy right now.
It's absolutely vital. I mean, by the way, number one, small businesses are like 85% of the business in Vermont. It's where the jobs are. Number two, small businesses help make our communities vibrant. You know, downtown in Burlington is on the way back. And the small businesses are really attract shoppers. They attract people to come and have a good time. And so it's absolutely vital. And anytime we can shop locally, let's do it. And by the way, a lot of our local businesses do have an internet option. So if you can't shop locally and come in, go on their website.
You want me in the middle?
Yeah, otherwise he's looking far away from everybody.
Oh, okay. Y'all set?
Yeah.
You gotta play your role here.
I
right?
guess.
You gotta be.
Governor Scott is appealing the rejection of the disaster declaration from the July floods. What do you think the odds are that President Trump will approve it this time around?
Well, first of all, I totally support Governor Scott in the appeal. Number two, what FEMA is doing under Cupertino and with Trump is terrible. They're talking about abolishing it. And if they can abolish floods, if they can abolish hurricanes, maybe we can talk about it. But we have to have a federal role for FEMA. Vermont got hammered 3 years in a row with floods. It's a very legitimate appeal. It should not be denied. And what I'm really alarmed about is that President Trump has said explicitly that he's going to go after, quote, blue states. He'll take it away, not because you don't qualify, but because he doesn't like your politics. That's really wrong.
If he denies it again, what sorts of pathways are available via Congress to help?
Well, the reality is, I think we in Congress should come together, number one, to support reform of FEMA, make it more responsive, but to maintain it and improve it. Number two, I really believe that whether you're a Republican or Democrat, we have to come together and say that if your state, your district has been impacted by a weather event beyond your control, we all have to be in it together. I've always, as a Vermont congressman and senator, voted for FEMA relief for any part of the country where they've been afflicted by a really bad weather event.
I have other questions, but what about you guys?
Senator, last week, Kelly Loeffler from the Small Business Administration came to Vermont and visited some advanced manufacturing facilities. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the initiatives she shared that would help boost local economies and local small businesses in Vermont?
Well, I'm glad she came here. I don't know what specific initiatives that she was focusing on, but I'm glad she came here. And as I'm in agreement that small businesses make a huge difference for the local economy. There's some things at the federal level that are happening that's making it tougher. You know, the tariffs are making it very tough on our small businesses. And also, really, the insults towards Canada. Our visitors from Canada are way down. So, yes, let's promote small business, but let's actually stand behind it with policies that don't hurt, the tariffs, and then really kind of the personal attacks that the administration has made on our friends from Canada.
The store before Outdoor Gear Exchange, they said, hopefully it's not another 3 years that we don't see Canadians. When you hear that, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm extremely upset about the administration's actions towards Canada. And I was with Canadians in Halifax. I was the first Senate delegation with Senator Shaheen to go to Canada after the president insulted them, calling them the 51st state, calling the prime minister the governor of Canada. And what I'm hearing from Vermonters in the tourism industry and manufacturing is that we love Canadians. We've had a very personal connection with them for years. And you hear French spoken, you used to, right here on Church Street. So we've got to repair that relationship because it is good for them and it's good for us. So these tariffs, we should not be having tariffs on Canada. We should not be insulting them. We should be reaching out and welcoming Canadian visitors. It's been a big part of our economy. And Canada is the biggest trading partner for Vermont and 34 other states as well.
Recently, the Task Force on Education Reform in Vermont issued a report that was widely criticized. That, in conjunction with the Trump administration's efforts to dismantle the Department of Education, how concerned are you about education in Vermont?
Well, very concerned. Two things. One, the cost. Our property tax is very high. It's a time where everybody's struggling with affordability. So we have student enrollments down, expenses going up, and that is a huge challenge for Vermont. Secondly, the Department of Education, my concern about the way the current administration approaches things is they destroy it, they don't reform it. You know, we need reform in many of our institutions, including the Department of Education, but you don't reform it by blowing it up.
Burlington's had kind of a tough year with city construction, like you mentioned, less Canadians. Why right now is it important for people to shop local for the holidays?
It's more important than ever because it has been tough in Burlington. We've had challenges in City Hall Park. There's progress being made, and then of course the construction makes it impossible for businesses to have customers come in. And I'm really feeling the pain for our businesses that have been disrupted. So it means that if you can take a little extra time, go a little bit out of your way to help our businesses get through what has been a hard time, that's a good thing to do.
For a long time, the Trump administration denied that affordability was an issue. Seems to be turning course now. What can Congress do to help affordability for everything from books to sporting gear?
Well, number one, that's got to be our number one priority. Number two, just a couple of things. Get rid of these tariffs. I believe they're illegal. The president does not have the authority. That is raising cost for everybody. Softwood lumber from Canada, which we need for building homes, they're already incredibly expensive. So the tariffs should go. That's number one. Number two, we should be having policies that are friendly, like to business, as opposed to these tax cuts that are causing $4.5 trillion in a deficit. And what the second thing that is really going to hurt business is if these tax credits that help folks afford health care, the affordable tax care credits. A lot of small businesses have been able to provide employer-sponsored health care with the assistance of those tax credits. They expire on January 1st, and we're fighting to extend them. And that would help businesses a lot because they'd be able to take care of their employees.
Go ahead.
This is slightly off topic, but last week, President Trump met with New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani. What do you make of that as someone who is a different political party than him and, you know, a lot of Democrats in the political party that might be from states that are considered more one way than the other when it comes moving forward to potential collaboration?
Well, I was delighted, actually, that the meeting went so well. And I think President Trump was smart to welcome the mayor-elect. And I think what Trump saw was that the Mamdani message about affordability is a powerful message. That is the issue for everyday Americans. It's not just Vermont. You know, the cost of housing, the cost of health care, the cost of groceries. And Mamdani won on that. Trump's ignored it. And I think maybe Trump is trying to hitch a ride. So if Trump starts adopting some good policies to bring everyday person's costs down, I'm all on board.
Another off topic. What do you make of this Ukrainian peace deal that Secretary of State Rubio has said is Putin's wish list?
It's a total sellout of Ukraine. It's appalling. This is something that should be signed in Munich if they're ever going to do it. It brings back memories of Neville Chamberlain. We've got to stand by Ukraine, and the European Union and our allies there are standing by Ukraine. And we cannot give in to the aggression and the brutality of this invasion by Putin of Ukraine.
Another thing along, not quite along those lines, but a group of Democratic lawmakers in the past few days reminded military members that they can ignore illegal mandates by the president or Congress. And President Trump went ballistic on that. What do you make of that and the fallout?
Well, there's two things. One, what my colleagues stated was what existing law is you cannot follow in a legal order. But number two, the context here. There's a lot of concern. I have concern about the president unilaterally blowing up boats off the coast of Venezuela. We have no information about that. There's no valid justification for it. That's a concern. And then when you have the president saying he wants to send military into American cities to get training, essentially, that's out of bounds. So I think the president's got to restrain himself from doing things that are beyond what I believe is within the lawful authority of the executive.
We just saw Marjorie Taylor Greene announce that she's going to leave Congress. As she mentioned, the meeting with Mondami was much more cordial than people expected. Is MAGA losing its tentacles on Congress and the federal administration?
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene had a dispute with the president about the release of the Epstein files. And I have a lot of respect for her insistence that those files be released. And the president, through his attorney general, and it really is his attorney general, she said she had the client list on her desk. Where is it? And essentially, Marjorie Taylor Greene and a lot of folks who support her are asking the same question I'm asking. Where is it? So I don't know that this reflects on the state of MAGA, but I do think it reflects on the hypocrisy of the president. On the one hand, saying there is a client list, said that through Bondi, and on the other hand, doing everything he can to keep it out of the public's knowledge.
Upstairs, you said a comment, I can't directly quote it, I can't remember exactly, but you made a comment like, I don't know if fighting back nicely is the answer anymore. What did you mean by that?
Well, there's two things. One, the tone of politics is appalling. People don't like it. On the other hand, they're appalled by the abuse towards a lot of our citizens, and people want us to express that in no uncertain terms. And I'm prepared to do that as best I can. But there's something we understand in Vermont, that cooperation actually gets you much more progress than conflict. We've got to be ready to fight, but we also have to be ready to cooperate. And we understand in Vermont listening matters. So if somebody you disagree with, you don't have to vilify them. You can listen and try to find some common ground. And what I'm hearing from Vermonters is that they're really upset about the tone of politics, about the personal attacks, about the absence of discussion about trying to resolve our differences.
Any plans for Thanksgiving?
Turkey, with all the fixins.
Do you cook it?
I'm a sous chef.
Okay.
And what book did you get today?
I got Billy Collins. Billy Collins is one of my favorite poets, and it was right here in front, and I couldn't resist it. Here it is. I got my latest Billy Collins poetry book, and the great Phoenix bookstore. There's no bookstore better in the whole wide world than Phoenix bookstore.
You trying to get a discount?
He already paid for it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Everybody have a
Thank you
nice
so much.
everybody have a nice holiday.
Hey, so a lot of you I know we're interested in how we're supporting local businesses and Small Business Saturday, and so I'd love for you to check out the posters that are in the vestibule and out front of the store right now. You're actually going to be getting unrelated to Senator Welch being here, you're going to be getting a press release from us soon about our Main Street Over Wall Street campaign, and we'd love for you to check out the visuals while you're here. Thank you for coming and visiting us. Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
A lot, because they rely on federal funding for trends, but the seasons provided. But yeah, Graham and I.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
I'm Abby.
Abby, have a good Thanksgiving. Yep.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
See you.
Enjoy the turkey.
Yep.
Take care.
Thanks. Good to see you guys.
Good
This
to
is
see
fun.
you.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Bye.